So I tried to stream Super Turrican last Sunday morning, and it was a complete disaster. I didn't understand how the grappling hook in the game worked, and my power went out while I was trying to figure it out. I was just so frustrated, I just gave up and deleted the stream. After doing that, I went back and practiced it. Realized it's not really that complicated, first of all. Figured out how to play it. Learned to appreciate it as a game. I still stand by my opinion that it does not feel very much at all like a Turrican game. But I thought, you know what, I should play this game too. So I started practicing it also. I started practicing both. I really enjoyed both games a lot. I actually think Super Turrican 1 and 2 and Mega Turrican are actually all great games now that I played them more. They're not perfect or anything, and they're not as good as Contra. If you're looking for a new run and gun king, you're not going to find one or whatever, but it's still like a good game. It's worth your time to play. Mega Turrican I especially enjoyed. It's really frustrating. You know, I enjoy being miserable, so on easy you can only play 2 levels. I'm still going to go ahead and do it just so I can get into the swing of things, because I mean, on a live stream I always play worse, and you never know how things are going to go. But I do think that this game is cool as heck, has really cool art, there's a lot of great graphics effects, as you're already seeing. It's just a good one. They give you a ton of lives on easy. So, which is good, because the second level is very frustrating, and it's good that they give you a chance to figure it out. It's oddly more frustrating than, like, a lot of stuff that's later in the game, actually. The grappling hook is very awkward in this game. It's really only used in certain scenarios. Can be used as like a double jump kind of thing a lot of times though. The heck? Weird, it's like I got stuck on something I've never seen. Instantly nuked that thing. So that was a mini boss you didn't really get to see. I don't think it's possible to kill it that fast on normal. Oh, that sucks. I got totally stuck there. That rotation effect on those enemies is super cool, and that's a sprite rotating, you know, via screen rastering effects. But a good example of what screen rastering can do that the Super Nintendo cannot do. It cannot rotate sprites, it can only rotate tile layers in the background, or things that have been made out of tile layer of the background, which take up, you know, it functions differently than the sprites because it doesn't move independently. It can only be one big rotating plane. So anyway, Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Those types of rastering effects are absolutely possible on Super Nintendo. It's just that because it has a slower CPU, it's trickier to pull off as much stuff like that. I'm not saying a skilled programmer can't do it though. Maybe bring the volume up on this game a tiny notch. Try to fix that after this practice round. Oh. Do that over here too. There might be a way to do this, but I really don't know how. Alright, here's the first level boss. And the trick is to grappling hook over to the other side and shoot the eyeball cluster in the back. Every time. This level's pretty tricky, even on easy. I have tons of lives, and that's what'll make it easy to do. I should say. Can't believe I made that. I shouldn't have rushed that the way I did. It's really dangerous and you shouldn't play it that way. It was actually a bad decision. Yeah, the little guy below you can shoot you and mess up your jump, of course. This part always threw me out because I thought it was dying. You're not dying here, it's just a very odd transition. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the next part after this. This is just the part where they bring in water. There's a part at the end of this level where they completely fill it with water, and it's... I always think that it just seems like my character's dying. Because it even plays a little da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da chime, like, I don't know, it's very odd. You can see it taking the time to figure out where a lot of the monsters and stuff are. It helps. Jumping out of water is pretty awkward. Doesn't work particularly great. This is the part that I always say looks like I'm dying on. They pull you down to the bottom of the screen and it's da-da-da-da-da-da. And you're like, what? They killed me? No. The boss on this level, which I'm almost to, is really annoying. It has a really annoying tendency to defend itself the whole time. I think I'm pretty high level on this laser though, so hopefully it won't take a whole lot of damage. Shit. I rarely get through this part without getting hit. Okay, it's almost dead. And that's it for the easy mode, which is basically a demo. I think I can handle the real game now. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Yeah. Give me 1 second, I'll give it a shot. That's it for easy mode though. I'm just sitting here thinking I need to stream Atomic Runner at some point as well, because that game is rad. Have you guys seen that? I'm not talking about the arcade game, which is good. It's a good arcade game. The Genesis Megadrive port of it is so even much cooler, like way cooler, and has some of the best music on the system. So it's pretty neat. I'll have to stream it sometime. Anyway, I'll be back and we'll play some more Mega Turrican. We'll do the real deal. And this still has whatever, whole story to it here. Oh yeah, I was gonna turn up the sound just a little bit too, right? That's maybe a little too loud. It's so hard to see the stupid slider with the stupid touchpad. That's probably close enough. Maybe it's a little on the loud side, but that's alright. This game's got good music. It's worth hearing. God, why would you turn rapid fire off? Just to be miserable? to be a miserable person. Shit. Not quite sure what happened there. Hopefully it doesn't cause too much frustration here. I don't think so, though. Just to show how awkward this thing is. Oh, 2 jumps, that's a disconnect. What a mess to have to mess with. not exactly smooth, but that works. That's very annoying. Fortunately, cutscene water doesn't hurt you somehow. Good stuff. How do I open this? Oh, I already got it. Damn it. I'm gonna die because I kept trying to get something I already had. There we go. Ugh. That's frustrating as hell. There we go. Do better on this part. There we go. I was doing better on it. Yeah, that really came down to just me or him. One hit. This part's pretty tricky. Some serious platforming business. I'm start using the move I haven't been using. That. Just exactly what they expect you to do here. Man, I love explosions. And line scrolling parallax. I'm all about it. Monster Man. Oh shit. Oh shit. I realized I was going a little late there. And they really get into boss rush type stuff on this level where it's just one mini boss after another. It gets a bit Alien Soldier-esque. We'll do Alien Soldier at some point. That's a really good game. That's really a really intense game. I gotta have my caffeine before I do that. Sucker. Nice, sentinel asshole again. It's looking rough. Shit. There we go. And that was the boss of level 3, I guess. So, yeah. Now we're on to level 4. See what you can do with some practice. Oh yeah, this level's a freaking nightmare though. I think I got through it though. I think I actually did make it to a 5th level. But can't remember. I at least played this far during practice. Remember that this was way more annoying because of these face hugger enemies are awful if they go on you. They're pretty much guaranteed death. And there's so much of this type of grappling hook stuff that you actually have to do. It's not like an optional part of the level or something, or to get secrets. It's how you maneuver this particular level. So it's very, very tricky. Yes, you can't actually jump these, so you have to do these like annoying. I don't think that there's even. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if you're within an exact pixel, you can. To an extent, and then they cut you off. Anyway, mostly I think you have to do it this way. By grappling hook back and forth. You need to hit high on the head so that you don't get stuck under its chin. If you do, you're screwed, and you won't make the jump. Yeah, playing through this the first time required so much out of me in practice. It's already paying off. We're talking like a good little chunk of time just to get where I am right now. Like, I really had to figure it out, and it was a pain in the ass. Why won't this fucking thing die? Let's see. I almost had that though. I almost screwed myself too. I think I want to just go across. Probably. I got one of them pre-killed and the other one hurt. Oopsie. You know what, I'll take it. This is really some background too, huh? Geiger-esque. This is a terrifying situation. Oh, guaranteed death, like I said. If it hits you, you're screwed. So, I lost most of my life before having to use my last bomb to save myself. God damn. This is brutally cruel. It might as well be like the hardest boss character ever, just because of where it is and how you have to fight it. This is awful. I don't know how that worked as well as it did. Awesome. Oops, I meant to grab that shield before I left, but okay. Oh, this looks truly awful. Maybe not if I pay attention now. Oh gosh, that's awful. So much more awful than I expected. Let's skip a bit here. Right. Oh yeah, this saved me a lot of awful jumping. That's twice in a row I get hit by face huggers. Man, the face huggers are such a death sentence too. Okay, death sentence. Oh, there, that's the move. You roll into a ball and start bombing. That's why I was able to get through those one areas that were packed so effectively. I don't know what this shit is. It all looks very bad. I don't remember this terrible thing from before. Oh, it's because I've never come over there before, because that's just a death trap that you shouldn't go into. Instead, I did the smart thing and went straight across here, which is very difficult to do. Probably a lot easier if you do it this way. Is that hitting both of them or neither of them? I guess just the one on the right, maybe. Fine. Fun. I got stuck in all sorts of weird ways. Maybe a shoot. Actually, I don't know. I had pretty good luck with this thing before. Stick with it. It does fire above me sometimes. Yeah, the damage on that's pretty good too. That works so well, I really need to use it more often. He's not getting his health back each time, is he? He seems awfully healthy. some reason I can't roll. I don't really know what's going on with that. This is one of those games where if you lose all your power-ups, there's really not a whole lot of point in sticking in there. By the way, you may have noticed that there's a lot of transparency in this game, like these numbers at the end here, or in the part where you fight the sentry, it has that beam. And the Sega Genesis or Megadrive actually does have a form of transparency it can do, which is highlight and shadow. It's not an effect that's used nearly often enough. I don't think it actually impacts performance that much. Suzuki, whatever the Suzuki motorcycle racing game, uses it for its little windshield, and the Super Nintendo version of the same game, you think it would achieve that effect using color add subtract, but it doesn't, and that's probably for performance related reasons, which makes me suspect that it's less expensive to do that effect on the Genesis. Just so few games do. Castlevania Bloodlines has a hallway where you walk down the hall and like has beams of like shafts of light, and that's very cool the way they did that. And Ranger X has a whole bunch of effects like this in it. We'll play Ranger X at some point. This game was pretty rad. What time is it? Do I have enough time for... Yeah, I probably have enough time for another go. I like to give it a go from the beginning, though. It's better to be powered up and have extra lives from the beginning of the game than to try and scrape it together when you continue. It's very, very frustrating then. But I love this game. I love how hard this game is. I love how like uncompromisingly it just kicks you in the balls. It's shameless about it, and really truly hardcore action games like this. That's what makes them addictive. You want to go back and try and get better at it. I find this game really fun because it's fair. It is just really, really hard. The fourth level is frustrating though because of that. All the grappling hook action that you have to do in that Geiger area. After that, when you get on the train, it's a whole different deal, much faster paced. But that's a lot to have to slog through at first. Anyway, I'm gonna take a quick break and then we'll come back and give it another go on some Mega Turrican for the Sega Genesis. Thanks for watching. So yeah, this Turrican stream stuff has been a real lesson to me in like learning to like not want to stream, sit down, force myself to learn how to play a game before I really like pass any judgment on it. Because this has turned out to become one of my favorite Genesis games now. I mean, it's not as good of a run and gun as Contra Hardcore or Alien Soldier, probably, like objectively speaking, in lots of ways, but it's shockingly close and different, distinctly different than those games. A much bigger challenge too than something like Gunstar Heroes, but much faster paced than the Rolling Thunder games. I mean, this is really ranks up there with the best of them on the console. Shit. I'm playing like crap. That's what always happens if I do halfway decent ever. I like to follow it up by playing like pure crap. Badass. No idea why I did that. I'm losing my mind slowly. I managed to get it twice. That's very stupid. That guy. Just like whatever, man. Wow. Okay. Finding new ways and new places to die. we're much smoother. Much smoother. Everything is going wrong. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Okay. And then the game just like hung up on me. Oh, crashed the desktop. I guess I'm gonna blame that one on the emulator. Feels like an emulator problem. Let's get this going again. Jeez. That was not expected. What a bunch of crap. That's pretty dang wild.
Presented by Data East.
I was doing so sucky that I crashed the game. Here's this guy who's been strangely missing on our previous playthrough. I swear something was quite wrong. Although if it was missing enemies, then it favored me, whatever it was. That's super cool. Got the health anyway. A little messy, but I got it done. This is a very muscle memory kind of friendly type of game. Very predictable once you've done it a few times. It's actually good run and gun design. I really criticize European game design a lot for having this like enemies rush onto the screen really quickly and you can't really do anything about it aspect, which this game kind of feels like, but like once you learn it, it's like they rush onto the screen, but you can do something about it. You know exactly where they're coming and when they're coming, and you can take them out. None of it really feels unfair, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. It's actually a really well-designed game. Just takes a little learning to get through some of it. And you do have to inch along a little bit in parts, because yeah, it's a European game. They like that. Not so much a run and gun, but an inch and cry. Crawl and cry. And yeah, even though I don't even actually have an Evercade, I am streaming this because of a recent Evercade collection. Gotta capture those trends. I actually think the Evercade's a cool thing. Like I don't have a strong opinion on it either way. Since I set up my own emulators, it's all very unnecessary. But still, like, seems like a well-made product for the most part that they've actively improved. I've seen some of Blaze's products when they were starting off, like their Neo Geo system, and it seemed quite poor. So it's cool to see that they've improved their work and their hardware and their software, especially, you know, making those things much more worthwhile than they used to be. So if you like collecting things on cartridges, there's an option for you. A lot of people do. Me, I just like the games. I don't really care. A friend of mine just sent me this video of this fancy VR setup for playing RetroArch type stuff in. And I was thinking, I don't even bother setting up like RetroBat or Launchbox or anything because I don't care. Like, for me, it's just all ugly menus and esoteric emulator interfaces and stuff that maybe, or if you're not familiar with the software, it's frustrating to understand even. But like, I don't spend time in those menus. I play the games, you know what I mean? So I don't really want to spend time fancying that part up either when it's not even where I spend my time. I think a lot of people get caught up in the browsing for and through and indulging in the nostalgia of the physical part of gaming, and really, and that's neat and all, but it doesn't, indulging that nostalgia won't go very far if you're not actually interested in still playing this style of game. You know what I mean? Or games that are, were available during that era. If that kind of game doesn't appeal to you, then it's not going to keep you interested for very long. You have to actually like the challenge of doing something like this crap right here. This stupid shit right here. I'm getting better at this little dude. Ooh. Gosh, I feel like I should have closed that out. Here, let's just close. Oh no, I don't even have any bombs. Like, let's just shut him out. Fuck. Taking hits and everything. Dumb shit. There we go. Shit. Oh god, that was stupid of me. So I'm not too greedy on the shots, but I'm sure you can taste my frustration off of that one, right? That's truly a pile of shit. Thanks, game. That's cool. That doesn't really bother me that much. Definitely use that in the wrong spot. That's okay. We'll get through this. I meant to keep the drop shot. It kind of nukes those guys. Speaking of nuking them. Is that not the same enemy? God, that's horseshit. Oh, I always forget that saw sound is a face hugger. Damn. It can be destroyed. Oh, fuck you, game. Damn. I was so close to getting health. Is there a strategy for this guy? Stupid fucking facehugger. Piece of shit. not good. Gotta keep a brisk pace here. You want you to play exactly on rhythm. Okay, so that's something you've got to jump onto and then over with. That's pretty tricky stuff. And it becomes like obstacles too. It's like right away too. They don't ease you into the concept. They never do in this game. Everything is immediate frustration. Alright. I am going to wrap it up there. I love this game, though. It's super fun. I could play it a lot longer, but I won't. I do want to talk about Super Turrican 2 for a second here. I had a very poor attempt at streaming it last Sunday that I cut off early and deleted after a combination of technical problems and frustration with the game itself. That's due to no practice, and I probably would have experienced similar frustration with this if I had not practiced at all. I'm going to have to stop doing that. I'm going to start actually playing games for a while, seeing what's worth my time, and then I can actually do like a little good show of, because I think that this went really, really well. I mean, that Super Turrican 2 stuff was going just terribly. Not the game's fault. Played further into it. It's actually a cool game. It's not very Turrican-like. The art style is very different and much more like Contra 3, which Factor 5 did actually do the Game Boy port of Contra 3, so they were probably into that in a very serious way. And also the levels are shorter. Like there's more levels that are shorter put together. Not as much like sprawling Turrican style stuff, which this game is already getting away from. But this is like, it gets into like this more like fast-paced, set-piece driven or gimmick-driven stuff. And then it has a lot of like 3D vehicle combat stuff where you ride on like a hover bike. So it just doesn't feel very much like a Turrican game, but it's still a really good running gun. Like, I don't like it as much as this. It's really not as frustrating of a game as this. I like this game because it's, old school kicking the balls Turrican. But I think the Super Turrican 2 probably has a wider appeal. And I did figure out how to use the grappling hook. It's just a little wonky, but and I mostly inch along with it because I'm bad at it. But yeah, it's cool. It's a good game, and I'll stream it soon, probably this weekend. Maybe not Saturday, it might be a busy weekend, might have to save it for Sunday. But I promise it won't be like this last Sunday's attempt at it. It'll be a lot better. So, and it won't be during a storm with power outages and everything else either, hopefully. So, that'll be fun. Anyway, this has been Mega Turrican, a very cool game for your Sega Genesis or Sega Megadrive 16-bit video game console. Thanks for joining me on a weekday, and thank you for watching. Have a good evening.